folks, exciting stuff. Welcome here all the way live from Mexico City. We are here at Foro Stadium, the iconic stadium here in Mexico City. So exciting stuff as we're ready to go with Stadium Super Truck Racing. First two on the line. This is the second and ninth fastest qualifier right now, Blade Hildebrand. He's in the bright yellow truck on the A lane on the outside. He is against the number 9 qualifier of Jarrett Brooks in the number 57 truck. That is in that blue United Fiber and Data truck. Those two about ready to go at it. Each race here is a 3-lap race. That means combined, the two trucks are all combined going to go over the start-finish line 6 times total. This is bracket-style racing. But as we'd like to explain, it's almost like snowball effect. If you lose a race, as long as you stay on the loud pedal and hope to be the fastest loser, there's a good chance you're going to come back in the next round. So they're getting ready to rock and roll here in Mexico City live for Stadium Super Trucks. So here we go. It looks like race control is saying we're ready to rock. Great shot there from the aerial cam. That is United Fiber Data number 57, normally driven by Bill the Thrill Hines, being filled in by Jarrett Brooks. Jarrett Brooks, a dirt specialist. A little bit of a different course for him here. Same thing with Blade Hildebrand, but Blade Hildebrand being the second fastest qualifier and qualifying last night to Robbie Gordon. So we're ready to go. You see the green light, and they are off. Head-to-head racing, 3 laps, very tight technical course here. As we see, there's Blade Hildebrand. He's come around to the first of the 2 jumps, the 2 Toyo tire ramps. Blade Hildebrand whips it real good to the inside there. Nice, tight lane. The number 68 Empire Racing destructive truck. Looking good. You see on the outside there is Jarrett Brooks in the number 57. First time for some air for him. Nice, calm, cool. Little smoke off those Toyo tires. Goes a little bit wide. As I mentioned, there is 1 lap in. That's 1 of 3 laps total. So right now we're seeing it is Brooks right now. He is 2 seconds behind already. As I mentioned before though, just because you see that you might be losing in this particular round of 3 laps, you gotta stay up on that loud pedal. You might be the fastest of the losers and move on to round number 2. So there is a bright start. They're starting to get kind of tight right there. Hildebrand, nice and smooth, just fresh off winning the Dakar race in the Textron Speed side-by-side truck. So he's feeling comfortable. He's very smooth. He has had thousands of miles of seat time over the last couple of days, and here he is hopped in that Stadium Super Truck number 68 Empire Destructive truck, looking very comfortable. Big thing here, folks. Mistakes are easy to make on this tight technical course. There's major penalties for taking out cones, taking out barriers. You hit a cone, you hit a barrier, 5-second penalty. You take out a cone or take out a penalty, you are done. You've just lost that round. So it's got to be all about calm, cool, collective. Nice 3 tight laps to bring it to the finish line here. So they go over this finish line one more time. We're going to be looking at the checkered flag, I believe, this lap by Blade Hildebrand. Nice and cool, looking comfortable. The Heat Wave Destructive King Shocks entry, number 68, second fastest qualifier last night. And this afternoon here from Mexico City is looking very good. It is an obvious lead right there. I have yet to hear any penalties assessed from either truck. So now we are 3 seconds behind Blade Hildebrand. That is Jarrett Brooks. Not taking anything away from the young man. You see this guy racing dirt and some different things and some saves we've done. He's an absolute animal. He's the guy to beat. But here, this is not necessarily his style course here. And not a ton of seat time. They only got about 9-10 laps of practice and qualifying last night. So a lot is almost baptism by fire, if you will. So there is Jarrett Brooks. He is over the start-finish line. You see there's a good shot of the 2 of them. Tight on Blade Hildebrand. 3-wheeling is a good feeling for Blade Hildebrand. He's able to get the power to the ground. These Toyo tires are loving this asphalt with all the rubber on it from all the other Race of Champion competitors out here as we are racing in conjunction with the Race of Champions. Here we are. Checkered flag is out for Blade Hildebrand. Nice smooth run for him. Almost the rear end into the barriers. And looks like Jarrett Brooks gets over as well. So Hildebrand is moving forward. He is the winner of race number 1. So exciting stuff for him. He's got to be happy coming off a Dakar win. He is now, as I've called Toby Price, our good friend. Congratulations to Toby as well for winning in the 2-wheel class. But now Blade Hildebrand, he is also a Dakar superstar now here in Mexico. Here's a replay. Over the ramp, nice and smooth, kind of whipping it a little bit. And there is Jarrett Brooks, as we mentioned, Bill the Thrill High. We know he is home in York, PA, watching right now as the number 57 flying high, as it always does. And there is Blade Hildebrand. Great camera angles, really fun stuff. Look at that. Oh, the inside front tire. The weight comes off the inside a little bit, locks it up, just the inside. You see that all the time here on these trucks. Once that tire gets up in the air, the wheels kind of hang up a little bit. Oh, that could end up being a penalty assessed, but I think it's too late right now. I don't know if race control is going to catch it. As the drivers were explained in the drivers meeting just a little while ago, said, hey, guys, listen. You're going to get penalties, man. You hit a cone, you hit a barrier. We're talking a 5-second penalty. 5 seconds, that's huge in a course like this. You take out a cone or take out a barrier, you're done. But I told him, hey, race control's only got so many eyes. If you want to take that gamble and go for it, it's up to you. So here we are, Jeff Hoffman. The Hoff right here. He is the number 3 qualifier, the number 47 United Fiber and Data Think Loud development truck. That is the number 47, and he is against his teammate, CJ Mears, in the number 25. So the two of them ready to go. These are teammates. CJ Mears, you know him from NASCAR. Jeff Hoffman, you know him from Stadium Super Trucks. Many podiums and wins for him, and short course racing as well. So one guy coming from asphalt, one from off-road here. So we'll see these guys head to head. That is the Hoff. Jeff Hoffman, the number 47 in the live white truck. And CJ Mears gets a jump off the start. That could be the difference right there. 2 runs with no mistakes. Good jump for CJ Mears off the line. That could possibly make the difference. Right now, Hoff's already going to have some time to make up. But let's not forget, Jeff Hoffman, the 3rd fastest qualifier out of our 10 competitors here this weekend in Mexico City at the Race of Champions Foro Sol Stadium. Look at that. Awesome camera work as they get big air on the backstretch over the Toyo Tires ramp. You see that truck lifted. The difference is between Jeff Hoffman's truck and all these other same trucks, between all the other cars we see, a lot of body roll, a lot of suspension roll. The sidewalls of these tires really roll over as well. So there's a lot going on. They are a handful to hang on to, as you see right there, smoking the tires going into the turns there. As the tires get a little bit light going around some of these chicanes, you're just going to see a lot of smoke bellowing off them. There's Hoffman, Jeff Hoff, the Hoff live, Think Loud development. I say live, I'm talking multi-platinum recording artist. Live, the band, sponsoring several trucks out here along with United Fiber and Data and Think Loud development. So there is CJ Mears looking comfortable. Nice wide shot. We should be momentarily seeing exactly where we're at. It looks like Mears is actually just about, just over a half second behind Hoffman right now. So Mears got the jump off the start, but has lost that split second, that half second right there. So there's CJ Mears looking good. Hoffman, nice young guy. He's pretty calm on the track. You don't see a whole lot of mistakes out of Jeff Hoffman. Whether we're on dirt or on asphalt, he's mellow. He drives as though he's got eggshells underneath the pedals. He's real calm, cool, collected in the cab of that truck. And that makes a difference when it's over and done with at the end of the day. So there's Hoff right now. Mears looks like, I believe he might be about a minute or second or so off. Looking at the times right now. So let's see where we're at now. It has changed. So Hoffman made a mistake somewhere. So it looks like Hoffman is just a little bit off the lead. Jeff Hoffman still looking comfortable. A little bit of race left. And as we had mentioned before, I see a cone down right there. That might be part of the problem. I didn't see that before. Hitting that cone would be a 5-second penalty. Knocking the cone out of the way would knock you out of this round. I haven't heard from race control if that was actually caught by them, but somebody, without a doubt, hands down, took out that cone. So we'll have to see if eyes from race control, that is Jason Smith and USAC, along with Kyle Robbins and the ROC, the Rock, the Race of Champions staff up there. But not easy to keep eyes on every one of these guys every second. So there could be a penalty assessed when we get to the end of this one here. All right, checkered flag is out. Hoff, the first one over the finish line. So Hoffman is moving on. So the Hoff, he moves forward. There was a 5-second penalty put on Casey Mears right there. So I believe he was the one that hit that cone. You see the Race of Champions staff down here in Mexico City picking that up. We go back to some replays. There's CJ Mears in the 25. Looks like no problems here, but we know for a fact he did have an issue there as I'm listening to race control in one ear here. And there is a big picture of Hoffman. Nice shot right there. Toyo Tires sending him high in the air as the King Shocks picks him up for a nice, soft, smooth landing. Great camera angles here from the staff of Race of Champions. A lot of great stuff there. So we're getting ready to go into the next round. One penalty has been assessed so far out of 2 races. We're 6 laps in round number 1. So Hoff, he's moving forward. He's got to be excited about this. Next one up, this is Matty Brabham. Matt Brabham is your 4th fastest qualifier. He is in the number 83, the Vilvis. From right here, he is our current points leader. He lost the 2017 Points Championship. And I say point championship, I'm saying world championship by 1 point to Paul the Dude Morris down to the last race at Lake Elsinore. So right now, he is in the lead. He is being chased down by only one other competitor, and that is Gavin Harlan. But right now, that is against Matt Brabham and the Speed Energy machine right here of Cole Potts in the number 60. So there is Matty Brabs. He's our current points leader. He needs to do the best he can to run up front this weekend and win this championship. Cole Potts, he's not in it for the championship, but he's like, man, I'm not here to upset anyone, but I'm here to win some races, and no one is more serious about winning races than Cole Potts. Having a wild struggle in Dakar the last few days, finishing the race, doing well, proud young driver, but right here he's like, redemption time, folks. We're in Mexico City at this iconic stadium. I'm here to win, and that bright orange Speed Energy truck just might be able to pull it off as he goes over the start-finish line before Matty Brabs. Matt Brabs, nice and smooth. Not qualifying where he wanted to, but looking good right now. So you see the 2 of them not far off as far as the track is concerned. If we get to finish this lap, we'll get a time and see just where they're at. There's a good shot of the in-cab of Cole Potts. Woo! Matty Brabs made up some time right there as the 2 of them cross the start-finish line at the exact same time. The DeVilbiss driver looking very comfortable, hoping to be crowned the 2018 World Champion of Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks here. Yes, I know, I'm aware it's 2019, but this is the last and final round of the 2018 series, and this weekend is going to decide who is going to have that crown, and Matty Brabham is pushing hard for it, and we have a close race right now. Cole Potts, he is a dirt specialist. He is a desert racer, and in the last 2 years, he has turned in to an asphalt racer as well. You can take him anywhere and put him in a race car, and he is going to perform for you. Matty Brabs, obviously open wheel, asphalt guy, but man, can he make one of these stadium super trucks hum as he is methodical the way he gets around the track. Checkered flag is out. Brabham gets there first. See if there are any penalties or anything assessed, which I don't believe there will be, not that I had seen, and listening in my right ear here to race control, seems like things are pretty clean. I was thinking I saw the checkered flag out, but I was incorrect. It looks like they have 1 more lap to go. So a very close race right here between these 2 guys, and I said before, dirt specialists, asphalt specialists, 2 different types of racers right here. So exciting stuff for them as they are very, very close here at the Race of Champions in Mexico City. We're live, folks, from down here. What an amazing event it has been. All different types of race cars, superstars and champions from across the globe in all forms of motorsport out here racing all types of vehicles, including our stadium super trucks. But right now, this is all super trucks right here. So it looks like the checkered flags are officially out. I may have been seeing things earlier. So that is Matt Brabham. He is moving on to the next round. So there's a replay of Cole Potts. Very comfortable, good run. I mean, you can't take away from the fact that that could possibly could possibly be your fast loser right there. As I explained earlier, those of you that are just joining in right now, yeah, you want to win every round. Absolutely, of course you do. You're a race car driver. But the thing is, with this particular format, which is a little unusual from what you've seen in the past with Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks, doing it a little bit differently here with Race of Champions Stadium Super Trucks, it is head-to-head bracket style. The only difference is with this bracket, we're bringing back fast losers. So, you find you're behind a little bit, you may feel it's best to stay on the gas because you might be the quickest guy out there to lose that round and you might come back. So there's a fist bump between Matty Bravs and Cole Potts. These guys are definitely buddies, all these guys. Matty Bravs, heck of a race car driver, but I tell you, what a personality on that young man. He is an absolute wild man. He loves to have a good time, loves to drive his race cars, and there is the Stadium Super Truck staff. And let me tell you a little bit about what's going on here, folks. This here is a replay of body changes. So we've got 10 competitors. However, we've got 5 trucks down here. So that being said, due to some logistical issues and things with getting the race cars and trucks down here, we're down to 5 race cars. So you see the staff out there, Bus and Tal, there is Hudson and Joel. These guys working very hard. Some of our technicians and engineers and things out here working to switch bodies as quickly as they possibly can so we can get back to green flag racing. As we do have 1 truck on the starting line right now. That is I believe the VP Fuels truck. I think that is Davey Hamilton, I believe, and the number 14. We'll get to him momentarily. And we're getting ready to go with the number 6 qualifier here as well. So bodies changing, drivers changing trucks. You don't just get 1 truck and run it all weekend long, and you don't know what truck you're going to be in from round to round. So Stadium Super Trucks isn't difficult enough. And I've spent some seat time in it. I tell you, they're not an easy car to drive. And you can go down, you can talk to David Coulthard from Formula One. You can talk to Kilo Castroneves from IndyCar. All these different guys, they drove them today. And same thing, you see them out there. These are the best of the best in the world. I'm telling you, I mean, there's not more talent out there when it comes to driving race cars. And they're struggling, having a hard time. So then you take the fact that one of the most difficult race cars to drive, take that, and now you don't know which car you're going to be in. So there is the number 55 of Gavin Harlan. He is in the United Fiber and Data truck, getting ready to come out here and get after it. This is another course where Harlan, he was a kind of a short course dirt guy, and then all of a sudden, in the dirt stadiums, like, wow, man, this kid is impressive. And then we realized, you know what? Maybe he should have just started on the asphalt because he's so talented. He caught on so quick, and he is just really, really pushing to become a better driver, and it has worked. He's chasing Matty Bravo down for a 2018 Speed Energy Stadium Super Truck World Championship, and so off and running here. It doesn't matter asphalt or dirt. This guy will strike at any time. He doesn't care for the nickname, but I call him the Cobra because that's how quick he is. With the moves he makes and the way he strikes. So very exciting stuff as we bring the next 2 to the line. All right, so Gavin Harlan, he is pulling out now on the line. Right now, I believe it's Davey Hamilton Jr. in the 14. Yes, is in the VP Fuels Lubricants out of Indianapolis, Indiana, the home of motorsport. Some would argue it'd be Indianapolis versus Charlotte, but son of Davey Hamilton Sr., IndyCar superstar, all different types of sprints and modifies and things. Well, this is Junior, and he's no slouch as he put in a great run at qualifying. So this is Davey Hamilton Jr. in the VP Racing Fuels against number 55 United Fiber and Data of Gavin Harlan as they get ready to take the green. They are off and running, both of them with a pretty solid jump off the line. Hamilton a little twitchy through turn number 2 right there as he goes at the Toyo Tires ramp. You look off in the distance, we go back, ooh, couple small mistakes. You can't have that here at the Race of Champions with Stadium Super Truck Racing. You gotta be calm, you gotta be smooth. I will say, it must be difficult to be sitting on the start line that long waiting for your competitor, or the competitor that's waiting for his body to be put on. You gotta be a little bit nerve-wracking as things are a little bit different than normal than what you're used to. Hamilton Jr., number 14, VP Racing, Fuels and Lubricants. Starting to calm down, come around a little bit. There's Gavin Harlan in the live Think Loud Development, United Fiber and Data, 55. Second place right now, currently in the 2018 Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks World Championship points, right behind Matt Brabham. Hoping for a championship here this weekend. He's got his work cut out for him, but he gets over the start-finish line before Davey Hamilton on that particular lap. Each one of these bracket races is 3 laps in a row. So you've got a little bit of time to make up for a mistake, but you make 2 or 3 mistakes, you're most likely out. You hit a cone or a barrier, bump it, and race control catches it, that's 5 seconds. That probably means you're gonna be out. So right now, nice and smooth, as I would expect. 3 wheels, touch the ground, 1 up in the air for Gavin Harlan. He's getting the power to the ground. Nice and calm. Great run for Gavin Harlan so far. I don't want to jinx him, but really, really looking good and comfortable right there. I would expect nothing less from the young man. We know Harlan's father is home, watching for sure, tuning in, excited, pushing for his son to do the best he can and to win. White flag is coming out. That was my mistake earlier. I called it a checker. As the white flag is out, so we're down to the white flag lap. 1 to go. Gavin Harlan, United Fiber and Data number 55, the Cobra, because that's how quick he strikes. Looking very comfortable right here. These 2 guys close as far as in the back of the track. So I'm hearing from down in the paddock area, they are scrambling to get trucks ready. So over the start-finish line again, it is looking like Davey Hamilton. I just heard there's going to be a 5-second penalty on the 14. I was just about to say he's inside a second or or so off the pace right now, but now it's going to put him back about 6 seconds off the pace, which I find that hard to believe that he can make that up in the amount of time that's left. So penalty is given to Hamilton. Nice smooth win by the number 55, United Fiber and Data. Bill Hines, the owner of that team, he's going to be happy as Gavin Harlan moves into the next round. So there is a replay here, Gavin Harlan. As far as I saw and you guys saw at home, mistake-free. Really not twitchy behind the wheel. And here we are on the number 14 VP Fuels. Little twitchy right there, which kind of surprised me in qualifying and practice. He looks so calm, cool, and collected. Now up on 3 wheels right there for Harlan. Nice slow motion. Look at Toyo Tires launching the trucks. King Shocks doing their job as they always do. Nice smooth landing. You can't say enough about that package of Toyo Tires and King Shocks. Just lucky enough to do the Baja 1000 not long ago with Matt Brabham, and I tell you what a smooth ride through the Mexican desert that is with that package and that Speed Cat 1000 as well. And there's a good shot of Gavin Harlan. He's saying, man, he's saying, Tim Rodriguez, should I get out? Should I stay in? I know I won. So they're working that out right now. As the rounds move on, we're not gaining not gaining trucks, but it's like we are. Things will move along a little bit quicker because we're dropping drivers, but we're still remaining with 5 trucks. So things will move a little bit quicker as the rounds continue on. So you see all hands on deck right there saying who is next. I know our next driver up is going to be the number 10 qualifier, Mexico's very own Abdali Lopez. He is in the number 1 truck, driving that one for Paul the Dude Morris. So Abdali Lopez out of Tecate, BC, Mexico. He'll be coming out in the number 1 shortly. He is going to be up against the fastest qualifier, which is trouble. The Menards Speed Energy number 7 of Robbie Gordon. We all know Robbie Gordon. He has raced the Race of Champions in the past. As they're getting ready to go, Abdali Lopez from Mexico. They're going to be cheering him on here against Robbie Gordon from Orange, California. Toyo Tires, Speed Energy Menards number 7. Last night, I could tell which lap, just by watching, was the one that he qualified in, because just all of a sudden, Robbie Gordon just turned up the wick I mean, just grabbed another gear that no one else seemed to have last night during the practice qualifying session. Put himself right up on top out of these top 10 drivers. I'm telling you right now, Abdali Lopez, great talented driver, but he's going to have his hands full if he wants to be ahead of Robbie Gordon when this is over and done with. So far in lap number 1, I'm going to have to take those words back, as Gordon is behind just by a split second right now. Actually, it's backed up a little bit, just over half a second behind. I'm wondering if he's going to make that up. I think he will. I don't want to jinx him or just take anything away from Abdali Lopez in that live Think Loud development number 1, normally driven by our current world champion out of Queensland, Australia, just outside of Surfers Paradise. The Norwell Motorplex, that's where he does his training. He is a V8 supercar star, multi-time Bathurst winner. That is Paul the Dude Morris. That's normally the one piloting this truck. Paul Morris not able to be here. Abdali Lopez stepping in to fill those shoes. As so far we have a close race. Gordon does make up a little bit of time. 1.31 in this session versus a 1 minute 33. Abdali Lopez falls back about 2 seconds. Now keep in mind, folks, the time is not per lap, it's per session. Each session is 3 laps in total. So that is what is being timed as these guys are out here right now, as both of them going through the infield S-turns nice and clean. No penalties thus far. So a good, clean run for both Lopez and Gordon. All right, so right now we're looking at Casey Mears as the fastest loser. This so far was a 3:02. So right now, Mears hoping that Abdali, if he ends up not winning this round, loses by with a bigger time than that, 3:03 or 3:02.1, whatever works. So we should be seeing the white flag here next time by Robbie Gordon. 2:31, 2:36 for Abdali Lopez. So Lopez falling off the pace, at least Robbie Gordon's pace, we'll say. Not putting in a bad run, looking comfortable. Now, I could be wrong, but I think Robbie Gordon feels that he's in a position to win this. He's showing off a little bit. You see that much smoke coming off the tires of Robbie Gordon's truck. He's doing it just for fun, just to have a good time. So there it is. I'm going to wait for the official call, and there you have it, folks, from Race Control. The official call, Robbie Gordon is the winner. Moving on, Abdali Lopez with a plus 6 seconds and change, which I believe unofficially is going to bring back Mears as a fast loser or lucky loser, if you want to think. I wouldn't call it lucky, I would call it fast. That was a skillful run. I mean, he wasn't that far off the lead right there. So that being said, we're getting ready to move forward right now, and we're going to put Mears into the mix. So going into round number 2 here for Race of Champions Stadium Super Trucks, which worldwide is known as Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks. There's a good replay of Robbie Gordon smoking the tires off. As we take just a moment, we're going to throw it on down to the infield. Jenny, what's going on down on the track?
Blade, Madam Blade, lovely to see you here. Have you done the whole Mexico thing before?
The only time I've been here was for Formula One, and I was giving tours. So this is my second time here in Mexico City, but I think it's your first, right?
My first, yeah, my first.
You have a whole load of firsts. So first time to Dakar, won. First time here to Mexico. Do you think you can win today?
Yeah, I believe I have a good chance. You know, it's a bunch of fast racers, fast competitors. It's a stacked field, but yeah, I think I have a good chance.
Just for people who maybe don't have a huge idea of how it works, can you just enlighten us as to what your sport's all about and how you do it?
Oh, it's all about entertainment and competitiveness. You know, these trucks are all exactly the same, so it's driver versus driver, and there's no teams, no setups. You know, everything's identical. So when we're going out and battling on the field, on the racetrack, it's just driver versus driver, and I haven't experienced that in anything that I've done. I raced IndyCar, Formula E, and you get so many different teams, different developments, and it takes away from the driver versus driver competition. So, I mean, I think it's the best competition I've been a part of, and it's so much fun to drive.
Yeah, Matty couldn't have said it any better. It's a driver's class, pretty much.
When you came here and you had a look at the track for the first time, what were your initial thoughts?
I personally thought it looked like a go-kart track. I wasn't quite sure, but it's fun. It's a lot of fun. You know, tight and difficult courses. These things are a lot of fun on them, but yeah, that's what I thought personally.
I think the track's awesome. You know, the layout's good. It's good fun to drive, but it just we're not used to that element of just qualifying racing against each other. We're used to biffing and bashing, you know, throwing it down the inside, hip checking each other out of the way. So you know, we're missing that a little bit, but it's still fun, and the atmosphere is great. So many fans, and the Mexican guys really know how to party and enjoy the race. So it's good fun.
Great stuff, guys. Good luck with the rest of the race. Thank you so much.
All right, so we see these guys, they're having a good time. I tell you, look at Matty Brabham. If he needs another additional sponsor, it's got to be Vidal Sassoon, man. His hair looks amazing. It looks like he's going fast even with his helmet off. So we've had a couple changes here. During that interview, I was listening to what's going on from race control, and it is, from what I'm being told, the actual correct fast loser looks like it's going to Cole Potts in the bright green Speed Energy truck here. I was thinking it was going to be Casey Mears, but I'm hearing something a little bit different here. So looks like, as I'm hearing now, Casey Mears did have a penalty as they went through a replay there. So he was the fast loser, but he was assessed a 5-second penalty. So being smooth isn't just enough. You got to be perfect out there. So that gives Cole Potts an opportunity to move forward. He's going to be excited with that. So we should be looking at a race of Robbie Gordon, RG against Hoffman coming up a little bit. I think we're going to be seeing the two guys we just interviewed there, Matt Brabham, we call him Matty Brabs, and Blade Hildebrand. I believe they're going to be coming out, and it should be Gavin Harlan and Cole Potts. So I believe that's what we're going to be seeing for round number 2. And there is the showman himself doing his best Joey Chitwood. For those of you listening and watching in from around the world, Joey Chitwood, years ago when I was a child, big stunt man in America and things, and his big claim to fame was two-wheeling like that. And there's Robbie Gordon. He has mastered that for a very long time. And Gordon out there just taking up some time, having some fun, getting up on two wheels. So just entertaining the crowd here in Mexico City. As we said, we're at Foro Sol Stadium. So many great things have happened here as far as Formula One. They come right through the stadium, down the big front stretch, and then into this stadium with a huge stage and all this here. It wasn't too long ago, Ozzy Osbourne, he was down here playing. I mean, they've had the Olympics here back in the 60s, years ago. So this stadium has had so many great things over the years that to be here as a part of all this is just exciting stuff. But I believe we're going to go down and get another interview with Gavin Harlan. Jenny, tell me what's going on with Gav.
Well, Gavin will tell you what's going on with himself all by himself. Gavin, what's going on?
Just finished up round 1 in the Stadium Super Trucks here at ROC Mexico. I won against Davey Hamilton. It was a really close race, but I got the #1 seed, so now we're going into the second round. Hopefully I can win again.
Just tell me, what is the challenge like out there for you guys? This isn't the usual track that you drive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Usually we're used to banging and battling and passing each other in corners, but now it's just all really technical and focusing on speed and not so much passing anymore. So it's definitely different, but we got to adapt and do our best.
I have to say, as a newbie to your sport, when you see the cars going around those corners, they're on, 3 wheels, 2 wheels sometimes. How often do they go over?
Oh, they go over all the time. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, it happens a lot. But, I mean, yeah, it's totally different when you see it in person. Everybody that watches SST out there on YouTube or Facebook, I know it looks really cool, but you got to come see it in person. It's wild when these things are up on 3 wheels.
Awesome advert. Thank you so much. Good luck with the next round.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Jenny. Getting all the action down in the infield in the paddock. I tell you, these drivers, they have so much fun, but like Gavin Harlan said, yeah, these trucks, they certainly do go over, and an almost perfect example of it was actually yesterday during some practice and stuff. Ryan Hunter-Reay, big superstar, won Indianapolis 500, and multiple races in IndyCar. He had it up on 2 wheels, but being the driver that he is, he was able to set it right down. But yeah, they'll pick up, they'll get up on 2, they'll roll over. So they're wild trucks. They're not easy to drive, but 2 of the best in the business that make it look easy right here. The #7, the bright orange Speed Energy Menards Toyo Tires truck, in the A lane. That is Robbie Gordon. And there's a good shot of number 47, the Hawk, Jeff Hoffman, in the live Think Loud development truck. So we are looking right now. I'm listening to what's going on here. They're saying, should it be Hoffman out there? RG and Hoff going back and forth. My paperwork says it is. So we're looking from race control. And there we go. They're saying there was a penalty assessed, so yes, you are correct. Jason Smith says, yep, no problem. You guys got it right. Great job, Nathan Kaiser. So we have Nathan Kaiser here, who comes from Australia, Adelaide, Australia, down there running the infield for us. Got his stuff together and rocking and rolling. And so we've got the two of them together, and of course all the way up top, overseeing everything with a bird's eye view, is USAC's Jason Smith and Kyle Robbins. So they've got the calls here, and if you see this, I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna anyways, because it's not funny, but yet it is. So we were interviewing that last one. Robbie Gordon took out some barriers when he's out there freestyling. As he gets ready for the green flag, we're about to go racing one more time here from Mexico City. They're off, they're running. Good equal jump for the both of them. As I said, that is Robbie Gordon in the number 7 Menard Speed Energy truck right there, as he's the first one to get some hang time. Jeff Hoffman, so smooth all weekend long, the Hoffman's been. But let's not forget, Robbie Gordon, really, really quick in qualifying. Dominant earlier on in round number 1. So it's going to be a hard to tell, but if there's any one of these young guys that can take on Robbie Gordon and knock him off his pedestal, it's Jeff Hoffman right here in that live Think Loud Develop United Fiber and Data truck. Uh-oh, bad news for Gordon. Looks like Robbie may have a 5-second penalty already, and they're only on lap number 1. Right now, Jeff Hoffman, he does not know that. So it's not a matter of, hey, oh, Robbie's got a penalty, I'm just going to backpedal over and be smooth and just get there and win it. He doesn't know that. He's got to push it. And when you push it, you can be assessed the penalty himself. So it's one of those games where it's kind of a mind game. And there you have it. Jeff Hoffman, looks like I believe he's getting the 5-second penalty as well. We're waiting to see if we see this on the screen, but I know from race control, it sounds like that is happening. So 5 seconds for both of those. We have now just, the two of these drivers just equaled up the field quickly as Robbie Gordon almost gave it away. We see that's where one of the penalties was, if not both of them. Let's just see two of those orange cones down. Robbie Gordon right now, 129. So Jeff Hoffman is plus 2.5 seconds, almost a little more behind Robbie Gordon. But as we saw Robbie, he made a mistake out there doing his little expression session earlier on, and then made a mistake in this round of racing. Could it happen again? The way things are going, absolutely. The Hoff has got to keep pushing. As we see, nice smooth turn right there. White flag is out. Barely equal going through the start-finish line area. 1 lap left to go. Nice and smooth. Great camera shots here by our Race of Champions crew. These guys doing a wonderful job. Long day for them here as they start early in the morning here with all the practices. And look at the carnage. Well, no wonder there's penalty assessments. There's orange cones. Or if my partner here, Matt Nolte, happened to be here, if he wasn't so busy from Australia, does the commentary with me, he'd say, Sean, look at all the witches' hats out there. He'd be going absolutely bananas over there. So there is Robbie Gordon looking good. From what we've seen, they look smooth. It's when they're off cameras, when they're making these mistakes here. Robbie Gordon, big hang time there. Toyo tires on both these ramps. Getting the power to the ground and sending them to the finish line. So it looks like Gordon is the first one to the finish line. And yes, it is official. Robbie Gordon is moving on. So let's see here. That means we're going Robbie Gordon moving on into round 3. He's going to be happy with that. No big surprises, as you see earlier on, running so well. Robbie Gordon moves on to the next round. And Jeff Hoffman hoping to be a lucky loser, or a fast loser, I should say. Oh, look at it, just by the skin of his teeth. Gets around there, look at 3-wheeling's always a good feeling for the Hoff. As you see the concentration in his eyes as that camera work gets right in there. Getting the power of the ground. Oh, runs it a little bit wide, gets around the cones. A lot of trouble, I think, for both drivers in that section right there. The Hawk. Not going to be happy. Quiet guy. Oh, and there is another penalty right there. I don't know if that was been seen by the powers to be. There's a possibility that could change things right there, because me and those of you at home watching, we didn't see it. So we'll see what happens there. But as of right now, they're saying Robbie Gordon is moving on. Is right now Blade Hildebrand in that bright yellow truck, Empire Racing, against the DeVilbiss driver, number 83 of Matt Brabham. And they are off and running. We're in round number 2 here out of Mexico City for Race of Champions Stadium Super Trucks. So far, so good. You see Matty Brabham, you see these drivers with their right hand reaching over a little bit. They're not shifting. This tight technical course, they're running this whole thing in first gear. But braking is very, very, very important. But in these Stadium Super Trucks, you have a handbrake off to the right, just to the right of the gear shifter. That handbrake is only for the rear tires. It's helped to bring the truck around a little bit. You don't see these guys grabbing a big handful of that rear brake. They just grab it and feather it. Nice and easy. Helps get the rear end around. It's kind of oh, about 2 wheels. Blade Hildebrand almost gets it into the wall. Empire Destructive Racing driver almost gets up, puts it almost in the concrete wall there, bicycled it very hard, had the ability and the talent to set it back down, but that certainly is not the fast way around the racetrack. So he's got maybe a little work to cut out. He definitely didn't make any time up there. He's able to set it back down, look at him nice and calm. Blade Hildebrand in the main event at Glen Helen not that long ago, a dirt event in Southern California. Led pretty much every single lap of the main event, came down to a 1 turn and a jump to go, and ended up having a problem in not finishing the race. Absolutely heartbreaking from the young man out of Yucca Valley, California. There's the number 68 driver, looking good, nice and calm, nice and cool. Matty Brabs, if you watch him when the cameras get in, you watch that steering wheel, he is so mellow, just so smooth inside the cab of that truck. Great aerial shot right there. Matty Brabs in that headstrong. DeVilbiss number 83 as the white flag is out. Brabham gets across the line first. We are almost, Hildebrand almost 3 seconds behind. I bet you a good second and a half of that was due to that 2-wheel and having to set it down. It's very difficult to stay up on the loud pedal when you're on 2 wheels and you're running out of room. And that's exactly what was happening to Blade Hildebrand. So Matty Brabham, nice and calm. Makes around, looking good. Half a lap left to go for these drivers until they see the checkered flag. Second and change behind Matty Brabs, Blade Hildebrand is. He may possibly be able to make that up. You see the two of them coming down to the last final turns here. Matty Brabs, he's going to be running at the start-finish line. Checkered flag is out. He is able to get him. I don't believe either driver had any penalties, so that's going to be good news for them. It is a task in itself just to get through these 3 laps with any form of aggressive driving without having a penalty. There's Blade Hildebrand up on 3 wheels. And Brabham is going to be moving forward. So there's Matty Brabs right there, nice and calm. Look at this one. I believe this is it. Oh, out! That is not the fast way around, but man, quick reaction. Blade Hildebrand reacted like a cat on that one. Sets the car back down. He did get assessed a warning for rubbing a cone, but no penalty. He didn't move the cone. He didn't actually get it, but just rubbed the bottom up. He got a warning. He's going to get off on that one, hoping to come back as the fast loser. Some great camera work. Look at inside the cab of that truck. So calm, so mellow. Reaches over to the handbrake. Nice and easy. Now on the start-finish line, it looks like it is, and there is Kimmy, Maddie Brabs, better half, and I say that without a doubt in my mind. And there are Cole Potts right there, concentrating hard on that Speed Energy truck. Gavin Harlan, the Cobra, right next to him. Both of them jump off the line quickly. No one gathering a lead on one another on that one. As we got 3 laps ahead of these 2 young men. Both of them winning races. Rookie of the Year, Gavin Harlan, for 2017. And another amazing year for him here in 2018 as well. I know, folks, I mentioned it's 2019, I get it, but this is the last and final round for 2018 right here. This is what this is used for. So Race of Champions, more than accommodating for us to be down here to come down and finish up our season and race in front of these amazing fans in Mexico City. So right now, Gavin Harlan, many podiums, many wins in the last 2 years. He's looking for another one to round out the 2018 season for himself. And yes, I know this is live from Mexico City, but this is 2018 final round. And there is Potts, just over a half a second behind Harlan. Not a big deal. We've seen a lot of changes as far as the lap times go in these 3-lap sessions. More than what I had anticipated, I can tell you that. Anything can happen out there. Littlest mistake can be magnified very quickly on this tight technical course. So Cole Potts doing everything he can to make up that bit of time. He doesn't know he's behind. The other trick to this, no driver radios this weekend. So no contact with the drivers to race control or pit crew or anything. So they're on their own out there. Racing against their each other, but also race against the clock. You want, if you're going to lose, you want to be the fastest loser out there, so you can continue on. Big air right there from Toyo Tires for Gavin Harlan and United Fiber Data 55. I saw it. I don't know if the powers to be did. White flag is out. Cole Potts down just over 2 seconds. If race control ended up seeing that rub of the barrier by Harlan, that's going to put Harlan down by just under 3 seconds. But as I told you earlier on in the driver's meeting, as it was being run, they were told there's only so many eyes watching you. So if you want to take a chance and bump a cone or bump a barrier, you can do that. Maybe you won't get caught, but maybe you will. So that's the chance they got to take. They got to make that decision and live with the outcome of it. It's Cole Potts, and we go to the number 60 Speed Energy Toyo Tires truck. Looking comfortable, nice and smooth. A desert racer turning into a very talented asphalt racer. Gavin Harlan takes the checkered flag. Potts behind him by time, waiting to hear from race control if we hear anything crazy, I'll say, happening there. And Harlan gambled, and he won. He threw it all on black, and he took home the money in that round. Gavin Harlan moves forward, I'm told. No penalties assessed. So, you know, Chris Harlan, Gavin's father at home, great guy. He's stoked. He's listening. He's like, I saw it too, kid, but we're all right. We're moving forward. So that means we're not down to our winners so far: Robbie Gordon, Maddie Brabs, Gavin Harlan. Now we got to get into who was our quickest loser, and that person is going to move on to the next round here. So I'm hearing, all right, as we're developing who our fast loser is, we're going to go back down. Jenny, who you got down there? All right.
Right here. I don't think you're hearing me at the moment, but I'm going to keep on talking because that's what I do. Hello, you've joined us. This is excellent news. I have Robbie Gordon with us, and he's the greatest man to talk to at this moment because you can tell us exactly why this sport has come here.
Look, they're pulling me out right now. I'm sorry. They're dragging me out to the grid right now. But, you know, Frederick and myself, we've been friends for a long time. We've run Race of Champions with SST trucks at Barbados. We brought the trucks for the guys to drive, and then obviously we're doing our season final right now.
Okay, you go. Good luck. Thank you so much. There's so much to talk about with regards to this sport. We were just having a conversation, the most viewed sport online. This has got such a growth with the youth market and the youth audience because they look at these, they can relate to it straight away. And as you can see, this man, fundamental to it all, the number 7, just getting ready to go out.
Jenny getting all the action down there, getting a feel for it. I like it because you're really getting a vibe of what's going on down there and all the action things. As Robbie Gordon says, hey, I'd love to talk to you, man, but I'm here to win a race. As you see the number 7 Speed Energy Toyo Tires truck pulling out right now. There's Nathan Kaiser in the background. He's the mover and the shaker down there, the battery of the paddock, getting them all out here. So what I'm understanding, what I'm being told here, it looks like our fast loser coming back is going to be Cole Potts. He's going to be very excited about that as he makes it into our semifinal. So it looks like we are going to be the 2 competitors against each other. We're going to have Harlan and Robbie Gordon. It's going to be Potts and Brabham. And they're just getting the trucks ready to see which are the 2, the first to come out here. I believe it's going to be Harlan and Robbie Gordon. Those are going to be the 2 going at it here. So, as we said, all weekend long, Robbie Gordon very fast, but Gavin Harlan, man, he has been on it. Now, this is just me throwing out my opinion, but he's got to be cool. He can't get any penalties. He really was like gambling with a snake earlier on, and you know, he got by. He made it. How many times can he jump in the gator pit and come out alive? And so he's got to be nice and calm. Don't let the fact that you're racing against Robbie Gordon, you know, he's beat Robbie many times before. But then, you know, Robbie's coming line saying, listen, kid, I'm sorry, I like you a lot, but I'm going to put it to you right now. So this is to move in. This is a semifinal. I mean, this is to move in and to the final round here. So the gloves are off right now, and they're about to duke it out. So you're sitting there on the left side of your screen. There we go. Gavin Harlan, number 55, United Faber and Data Truck. Bill Hines, his teammate, against Robbie Gordon in the bright orange Speed Energy truck. We are off and running. This should be a great race. I almost feel like this could be the final. This could be the main event because there's so much talent on the track right now. Nice, smooth turn. Look at that, just turning almost into a big sweeper. Look at big air for Harlan. Good thing for him, he should be in a bit of a rhythm. He just came off the track, staying in the same truck. I'm hearing that Robbie Gordon may have just got a 5-second penalty. I'm going to check with race control. And see exactly what's going on here. So far, nice and smooth. Okay, so it is a plus 5-second penalty for Robbie Gordon right now. And right off the bat, Harlan with a 5-second penalty. Robbie gave it to him, and the young man said, you know what, I'm not going to let you do it that way. I want to beat you fair and square. So 2 drivers on the track, 2 drivers, 5-second penalties. So now they're back to even again. The gloves are still off. So we see there Robbie Gordon plus 5 seconds for hitting a cone or a barrier. Time penalty again. Gavin Harlan, 5 seconds. So both these guys pushing it hard. You can see where one of them made the mistake right there. That's one of the cones, or a witch's hat for those of you down under in Australia listening. And so a little smoke coming off the wheels right there for Robbie Gordon. He's getting through pretty clean here. As we said, this is a very technical track. Yes, they're not even shifting to second or third. So they're not going over probably 50, 55 miles an hour here. But it's not easy. It's a very difficult track to get around and get around smooth. You know, this is the type of track, and you've heard me use this term before. There's guys that drive race cars, and there's race car drivers. If you're a guy that drives a race car, you're going to be assessed 5, 10, 15, 30 seconds of penalties. If you're a race car driver, you're lucky to get out of here with just a 5-second penalty in a 3-lap round. So very tight, very technical, and you see the best of the best are struggling to make it happen. There we are, Gavin Harlan. Here, he may be assessed a second 5-second penalty. There is Gordon looking smooth. Bit of a mistake. So it is true. Checking in with race control, Gavin Harlan is a total of 10 seconds in penalties. 2 5-second penalties. Right now, he needs to wish for Robbie Gordon to do the same. I'm not saying it can't happen. Last and final turn, we saw a lot of guys rub that barrier. I thought maybe Robbie Gordon would do so. Checkered flag is out. Robbie Gordon, it looks like it is moving on. And so that is Robbie Gordon moving forward on that one. And so that being said, Robbie Gordon's going to make it into the semi. Potts and Brabham, they are up next. We've seen before Brabham running very well. Potts starting off in the last round, not as fast as he wanted, then he started to make some time up. And as he did so, it started to work a little bit better for him, but he can't wait. Potts can't wait to be a lap or 2 minutes to turn it on, man. He's got to, as soon as that green flag flies, he's got to be up on the pipe, up on the loud pedal. You can't be up against a guy like Matt Brabham and just be like, you know what, I'm just going to settle in for a minute, get comfortable, and go. There is no getting comfortable. It's right now. It's now or never. You want to go to the final. If you want to be crowned the champion at Race of Champions in Mexico City, there is no waiting around, and Matt Brabham's going to put some pressure on it. I know Cole Potts knows that, but he can't start off slow like he did the last round. He's got to be right up on it right away. See some of the fans there. Great people here. It was a big crowd here earlier on today. It's been a long day for him here, but what exciting stuff is. They all got to see super trucks and everything throughout the day, but this is the main event of all of our super truck drivers. Before it was the Racing Champion drivers out there, and of course Robbie Gordon was out there putting on some demos all day as well. Let it know, but we are down to the last race of the semifinal, and then we're moving on forward here. So there's Speed Energy's number 60, Cole Potts. He's ready to go. The pressure's on for him. I mean, if you had to pick one to win this just by today's performance, you would say Matt Brabham. But I know for a fact, history doesn't lie. The facts are that Cole Potts can win. He's been there, he's done it more than once, and now's the time to make it happen. As they are off, they're running. Matty Brabham, I expect it to be smooth the whole time. Cole Potts, take a breath, brother, take a deep breath, make it happen. That bright green Speed Energy Toro tires, that light green, that is the color of the Potts Racing team. You see him nice and smooth, staying away from the barriers, staying away from the cones, not scrubbing any speed. Good hang time. Toyo tires sending Brabham sky high right there, looking good and comfortable. Potts right now with the 31.25, Brabs with a 33. Brabs behind by almost 2 seconds. So far, very impressive run by Potts. He needs to continue to hold that pressure on. Keep working, keep digging. Don't make any mistakes, and you're going to be all right, kid. There's some good air for Potts. Brabham, smooth as a baby's bottle right now. No mistakes. Potts now drops back, loses some time. Now let's keep in mind there's a little bit of difference in lanes as well. So you see the times change a little bit, but by the time the race is over and done with, it is an equal distance. Brabham really starting to lean her over. Just chops the throttle, sets the front end down so you can hit that jump nice and straight. It's almost like setting a sprint car going up into the corner, just a quick chop of the throttle. Matty Brabs through here. We saw in qualifying some trucks having some issues, some drivers some issues in that particular turn, but so far today it's been quite clean in there. No major problems. There they are, fairly close. Brabham almost getting up on 2. To the DeVilbiss Headstrong, number 83 truck, looking very good. Potts a little sideways off that jump. No, look at the look on his face, Cole Potts. Very calm right now. And that has changed over time here with super trucks. He used to be look a little more like an animal, but now, look at, so calm, so mellow. He's like, I'm not worried, I know what I'm doing. Full concentration, Cole Potts. He's one of those guys that never stops thinking about what he's doing, whether he's in the car or out of it, and it shows by the record books and his podiums and wins and things of that nature. As here we are, with about a half lap left to go, and it's tightening it up right there. So very close race right now. It's anyone's race. Brabham This is the Villabus Hawk Performance Headstrong truck. Working very well for him right now. And then rolling the sidewalls of those Toyo tires over is Cole Potts. Those KMC wheels, great package right there. Working very good. Racing to the checker flag. Gravel's the first one to get there. So it looks like, I'm waiting for the official call, Matty Brab should be moving forward. Cole Potts getting hard on the brakes. And Brabs moves forward. Matty Brabs moving on. Very good, clean race right there. No penalties by either driver. Almost up on 2 right there for the replay for Matt Brabham. Looking very comfortable. There is the same for Cole Potts, too. And what a great run. Very tight race the whole time. Kudos, not only for Brabham for winning that one, but kudos goes out to Cole Potts for, I know he's not going to be happy with losing that, but what a great run. Both of them just flawless, no mistakes, constantly standing on the loud pedal. That is not an easy task to do on this tight Race of Champions course here in Mexico City. So I know he's not going to be happy with not winning that, but it was just by a hair, and what a great run, man. Cole Potts never ceases to impress me. See, Matty Brabham's getting ready to move forward here as we move on, getting down to the nitty-gritty in the final here. See, there is Robbie Gordon. He is talking to Alberto of Team Trouble. Not sure exactly what they're talking about here, but we are ready to go. This is a 4-lap race, 1 extra lap, and this is the final. This is for all the marbles here for race number 1 of 2 races here in Mexico City at Foro Stadium. So we have 2 rounds, 1 today, 1 tomorrow. We will be live again tomorrow just after 4:30, about 4:45 p.m. Central Time, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow will be race number 2. As you see everyone up in the VIP clubs and things of that nature. You see everyone having a good time as they're getting ready to go to the main event. And so Robbie Gordon getting ready to roll out. See all the fans having a lot of fun. What a great crowd here. Everyone coming over the paddock, really enjoying themselves. Everyone's been having a blast. Really just super friendly as we're throughout the city, whether we're out to dinner or at the hotel or whatever. Just everyone down here in Mexico City has been just so accommodating and fun to talk to. And I undoubtedly have to work on my Spanish. I'm not going to lie to you. But what a great couple of days we've had so far. And those of you that have not had an opportunity to come down here, maybe plan for Race of Champions in 2020, because we will be back again, Race of Champions and Stadium Super Trucks as well, around close to the same weekend as well for next year. So make sure you check out Stadium Super Trucks online for all the upcoming dates. You can look at our Facebook and follow us on Instagram as well. Find out where we've been, where we're going, but I can tell you, a year from now, we're going to be back here at Race of Champions and Stadium Super Trucks. So you can definitely, if you have vacate down here, you're looking for a holiday, it's a great opportunity to come down, see some racing, and check out a cool city here. So, that being said, we're bringing our 2 finalists to the line. This is a 4-lap main event. Honestly, there's a couple guys out there, you know, undoubtedly I would not be surprised to see Harlan here, to see Potts here, to see Hoffman sitting here, you know, any of these guys, but this one, it just makes sense. You know, to see Robbie Gordon and Matty Brabs here on this tight, very technical course. Out of all of our competitors that are here this weekend with us, they've got the most seat time. So here we go. Main event, 4 laps, off and running. It's Matty Brabs versus Robbie Gordon, young versus old, off-road, NASCAR, IndyCar, he's done it all. Matt Brabham's Indy Lights, Indy 500s, Supercars. These guys have so much time in race cars. The only difference in between them is not the talent, it's the age. So let's see how this unfolds. 1 extra lap added to it. This is 4 laps here for us. The main event is out. 1 lap is underway, 3 to go. Right now, Robbie Gordon down by 1.5 seconds. I would have not thought that. Hands down, I would say no way would it be that far apart right now. it's all going to come down, I think, to really if there's any type of penalty right now, because both these guys are going to push so hard. They both know they're on the podium, and one's going to be first, one's going to be second. When you're out here racing head-to-head, nobody wants to be second place. You want to be number one, as they are so close, again, over the start-finish line. 2 laps are now in the record books. The Menards number 7 Speed Energy truck looking very comfortable out there. Look at Matty Bravs, he just sets the 3-wheel down. Up on 3 wheels going into that ramp. So looking very comfortable. There they are. Big air for Robbie Gordon. Looking good. Smoke in the air off the Toyo tires. Nice shot right there, nice close-in shot. So there we go. Nice and smooth. So far, no mistakes made. Through the S turns, no problems. That is what is expected. Comes out of that. Nice entry for Robbie, or exit for Robbie Gordon out of there. Gordon, I think, is going to have a bit of a lead. Yes, he does. 1.8 seconds. A lot of time changes back and forth in this race here. It seems like a long race, but it's really not. And to see the times change lap from lap to lap. One's leading, then the other's leading. Back and forth. 1 minute it's Bravs, then it's Gordon, then it's back to Matty Bravs. Robbie Gordon with some big air. Toyo tires sends him flying into this turn right here. Down the front stretch, I believe we're down, I think about a lap and a half left to go. Gordon and Matty Bravs. Look at now, we're down to a half a second difference. Gordon just above Bravs, just by a little bit. It seems though a half second would normally be huge, but not here in this stadium, not here in Mexico City, not at the Race of Champions. Who are we gonna crown the champion here for 2019 Race of Champions? We know Matty Bravs won the overall for 2018. The white flag is out. 1 lap left to go. Woof. Somewhere along the line, Matty Bravs made a mistake and we didn't catch it, but I bet you he knows where he did it. Maybe he was just thinking that, hey man, I am the 2018 Speed Energy World Champion, but right now I need to win this race just so I can be crowned the Race of Champions Stadium Supercharged Champion for 2019, I'm sorry. Half a lap left to go. Oh boy, 0.2773. This is going to be the deciding factor. Half a lap here. Robbie Gordon against Matty Bravs. Gordon and Bravs, 2 huge names in motorsports for many, many, many years. And now the 2 of them are head-to-head. Robbie Gordon is going to beat him to the finish line, and it is. Robbie Gordon, number 7. I'm hearing it. It is official. So Gordon moves forward. So Robbie Gordon, RG, Expression Session for the number 7 Speed Energy Menard Toyo tires. Driver right there, as there he is out on the donut pad. There is Kimmy. Matt Bravs' better half. Not going to be happy that Matt lost. The second place is better than a third as he's on the podium. Looking very good, and the championship for 2018 has now been crowned. That goes to Matt Bravs, but the 2019 Race of Champions Stadium Super Trucks champion goes to Robbie Gordon as he is up on 2 wheels. Smoke throughout the stadium here from Robbie Gordon's Expression Session as he heads over to get his trophy. Sets it down right there as he almost runs out of room. He knows what he's doing. Robbie Gordon, always the crowd pleaser. Right into the barriers. So Robbie's just out there doing his thing right now as we need to get him over there so we can get his trophy and get him ready to go here for our podium presentation. And that will wrap up our race number 1 here for the Race of Champions, the Stadium Super Trucks here at Mexico City for Foro Sol Stadium. So many great events over the years have happened, and one more great event is now in the record books, and that is the Race of Champions, topped with a cherry, a of Stadium Super Trucks on top of that Sunday. As we see some replays there of Matty Brabham. The cream rose to the top on this one here with Matt Brabham and Robbie Gordon making it to the final. A lot of great racing for all of our competitors here, but the two of these guys made it to the top, had a great race, came right down to the nitty-gritty with Robbie Gordon being number one. As we're just trying to get Robbie over so we can do our podium presentation here. So we are looking at, Robbie Gordon in first place right there, second place being Brabs, and rounding out your top three and on the podium is going to be Cole Potts. So he will be excited about that. A podium finish anywhere is a good finish, so exciting stuff. As we're going to go on down to our second place winner, Jenny. What's going on?
Yeah, we have Matty Brabham with us. Matty, not quite enough to win this time. The championship sealed, though, so a bittersweet moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, Robbie was a bit too quick for me there. I did everything I could to try and beat him, but he was just a better man today. So firstly, congrats to Robbie, and obviously, yeah, it's awesome to win the championship. So as you said, bittersweet, but no, there's plenty more races, and I'm so stoked to win the championship. I mean, it was such a heartbreak last year, 1 point, but yeah, I'm so happy to get it this year. So thanks to everyone that supported me, to Vilbus, all my sponsors, and yeah, we finally did it. So I'm happy.
Good stuff. And with regards to Race of Champions, you get to do this all again tomorrow evening.
Can't wait. Yeah, it's so much fun racing here. The fans, you know, create such a great atmosphere, and to come out here has been awesome so far. So I can't wait for tomorrow, get a good rest, and hopefully I can, you know, do some homework and beat this guy tomorrow. I mean, Robbie was fast today. I mean, damn.
Certainly was. Right, I'm going to go and catch up with Robbie. Well done.
All right, as Jenny's going over to catch up with Robbie, as he's got his helmet off up there on the podium, getting ready to get his trophies. To the victor goes the spoils. So we are ready to go. As we see, Jenny is now catching up with Robbie, handing out the trophies, and we're going to get this underway here momentarily. I know we're about ready to interview here. So, Jenny, you're with our winner.
I am. Congratulations to our winner. What a fantastic race.
Yeah, that was a pretty good race one. You know, I think we ran the trucks too long without putting any fuel in them, and I think both Matt and myself were running out of fuel on that last lap. But you know, what a cool event that Frederick does with Race of Champions. It's an honor that we can bring Stadium Super Trucks here and race with you guys. Track is really, really tight, as you can see. We struggle. I figured 2 times I was eliminated because I ran over cones, but the guy I was racing ran over more cones, which you know, that brought me back in. So a couple times I thought I was out, and I was still in.
Well, congratulations. Go celebrate. Thank you so much. Well done.
There we go. Congratulations to Robbie Gordon up on top of the box. Over the years, we've seen that less and less at Stadium Super Trucks because these young guys have gotten so fast. But congratulations to Robbie Gordon, the man, the myth, the legend, being up on top of the podium here for race number 1. There is Matt Brabham in second place, Cole Potts in third. Cole never happy to be anything other than first place, but I'm sure he's going to suck up this podium finish here as a smile on his face. So, folks, that being said, I know you enjoyed it. I did as well. Tomorrow, 5:30 Eastern time. Get ready to rock and roll. Show starting right after that. You can check it out on our Instagram, on our Facebook, and on our website. To see where we're going in the future, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, www.stadiumsupertrucks.com. For Race of Champions in Mexico City, folks, I'm Sean Cermony. Thank you so much for tuning in. I can't wait to be with this race again with you guys tomorrow.